The pancakes most Americans eat on Sunday morning will spike your blood sugar faster than a candy bar. Not because pancakes are inherently bad for diabetics, but because the standard American pancake, made with refined white flour, cooked in vegetable oil, and topped with maple syrup, is one of the fastest absorbing carbohydrate combinations that exists in home cooking. The glycemic index of white flour pancakes with maple syrup can exceed 90. For context, pure glucose is 100. Your Sunday breakfast may be within 10 points of drinking pure sugar water, but here is what the food industry never tells you. A pancake made with the right flour, topped with the right ingredients, and eaten in the right order has a glycemic index that can be as low as 40 to 50. The same breakfast occasion. A completely different blood sugar outcome. And the changes that make that difference are available at Walmart, Aldi, and Costco for the same price or less than what you're already spending. I'm Dr. Sarah Walker. Did you know that only 1% of people who watch this video subscribe to the channel? If this content is helping you, hit subscribe right now. It's free and it makes sure YouTube keeps showing you videos like this one. Before we continue, what does your morning look like right now? If you're starting with a stack of biscuit pancakes drowning in log cabin syrup, you are triggering the exact blood sugar spike that makes the first 4 hours of your day the hardest to manage. The morning glucose protocol was built around exactly this window, and the coffee chapter and the first 4 hours menu cover what to eat alongside or instead of your current morning routine. The link is in the pinned comment below this video. The usual reminder, everything I share here is meant to complement your medical treatment, never replace it. Keep taking your medications and attending your regular appointments. Now, the complete guide to pancakes and blood sugar. The single most important factor in a pancake's glycemic impact is the flour. White all-purpose flour, which Bisquick, Aunt Jemima, and most boxed pancake mixes use as their primary ingredient, has a glycemic index of approximately 85. It is refined, stripped of its fiber and bran, and digests so rapidly that glucose hits the bloodstream within 15 to 20 minutes of eating. Adding maple syrup on top creates a double spike. Fast-absorbing flour starch followed immediately by fast-absorbing sugar. That combination is one of the reasons so many people with type 2 diabetes feel terrible after a weekend pancake breakfast, even when they thought they were being moderate. The flour alternatives that change everything. Oat flour has a glycemic index of approximately 55 and is rich in beta-glucan, the same soluble fiber we discussed in the video about bread types on this channel. Beta-glucan forms a thick, viscous gel in the intestine that physically slows glucose absorption from the pancake and from everything else you eat at that meal. Almond flour has a glycemic index of approximately 25, the lowest of any common pancake flour, and is rich in protein, healthy fat, and magnesium that improves insulin sensitivity. Whole wheat flour has a glycemic index of 45 to 50 and retains the fiber and germ of the whole grain that slow digestion. Buckwheat flour, despite its name containing no wheat, has a glycemic index of 54 and contains a compound called D-chiroinositol that has documented action as an insulin sensitizer. All 4 of these alternatives are available at Walmart, Costco, and most grocery stores. Bob's Red Mill makes all 4 and is widely distributed. They cost the same or less per serving than Bisquick when you calculate actual servings per bag. The second most important factor is the topping. Regular maple syrup has a glycemic index of 54 and adds 52 grams of sugar per quarter cup. Even the small amount most people think they're using, a modest drizzle that looks like 2 tablespoons, typically adds 13 grams of pure sugar to a meal that already has 30 to 40 grams from the flour. The combination creates a glycemic load that a pancreatic beta cell working at normal capacity would struggle to manage, let alone one compromised by years of type 2 diabetes. The alternatives that maintain the breakfast experience. Sugar-free syrup sweetened with erythritol or monk fruit, such as Chalk Zero maple syrup or Lakanto maple-flavored syrup, delivers 0 grams of sugar and 0 glycemic impact while maintaining the flavor experience. They are available at Walmart, Amazon, and health food stores. Fresh berries, blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries have a glycemic index of 25 to 40 and add antioxidants and fiber that further slow glucose absorption. A tablespoon of natural peanut butter or almond butter adds protein and fat that flatten the glucose curve and extend satiety into mid-morning. Plain Greek yogurt as a topping adds protein and probiotics with essentially zero glycemic impact. The third factor is what you eat before the pancakes. This applies the food sequencing principle documented in diabetes care. Eating protein before carbohydrate activates GLP-1, slows gastric emptying, and creates a hormonal environment that dramatically smooths the blood sugar spike from the carbohydrate that follows. 2 eggs scrambled in real butter before your first pancake changes the glucose curve of that pancake significantly compared to eating the pancake first. Real butter, which many people with diabetes have been told to avoid since the low-fat dietary guidelines of the 1980s, does not spike blood sugar. It has 0 carbohydrates and its saturated fat, when consumed in moderate amounts as part of a meal with protein and fiber, slows gastric emptying in a way that reduces the overall glycemic impact of the meal. Butter is not the problem in a pancake breakfast. The refined flour and the maple syrup are. 2 eggs with real butter before 2 almond flour pancakes with sugar-free syrup and fresh berries is a breakfast that a person with well-controlled type 2 diabetes can eat without significant concern for their morning glucose numbers. That combination would have been unthinkable under the dietary advice of a generation ago. The science of the last decade has caught up with what the glucometer shows in real time. The fourth factor is adding protein and fat directly into the batter. Greek yogurt mixed into pancake batter increases protein content and reduces the carbohydrate to protein ratio of the pancake itself. Ground flaxseed adds omega-3 and lignans with documented anti-inflammatory action that reduces insulin resistance over time. Chia seeds add soluble fiber that forms gel inside the batter and slows glucose release during digestion. A single egg added to the batter, beyond what the recipe calls for, adds 6 grams of complete protein and leucine that stimulates GLP-1 and muscle glucose uptake. Each of these additions can be mixed into any pancake batter in under 60 seconds and changes the glycemic profile of the finished pancake meaningfully. And here I want to be direct with you about something. This video has given you the science on flour types, topping choices, food sequencing, and batter modifications for pancakes. But knowing that almond flour has a GI of 25 and that chalk 0 doesn't spike blood sugar is information. What changes your morning blood sugar pattern is building a complete first 4 hours routine around that knowledge. The morning glucose protocol covers exactly this. The coffee chapter on what goes in your cup, the first 4 hours menu with the complete morning eating sequence, and the hidden sugar map that exposes the biscuit, the log cabin syrup, the flavored creamers, and the other products that are quietly making your morning numbers the hardest of the day. Less than a doctor's visit, no subscription, lifetime access, and if it doesn't deliver what it promises, there is a guarantee. The link is in the pinned comment right below this video. The fifth factor is cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon added to the batter or sprinkled on top of finished pancakes adds the GLUT4 transporter improvement we discussed in the banana video on this channel. Cinnamaldehyde improves the translocation of glucose transporters in muscle cells, making muscles more efficient at capturing glucose from the blood after the meal. It adds 0 glycemic impact, costs pennies per serving, and pairs naturally with the flavor profile of most pancake variations. The complete diabetic-friendly pancake blueprint: start with almond flour or oat flour as your base. Add 1 extra egg, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon to the batter. Cook in real butter on medium-low heat. Eat 2 scrambled eggs in butter first, before the pancakes. Top with chalk 0 sugar-free maple syrup and a handful of fresh blueberries or strawberries. Add a tablespoon of natural peanut butter on the side. That breakfast has approximately 35 to 40 grams of total carbohydrate from almond flour, berries, and sugar-free syrup, with 20 to 25 grams of protein, 15 grams of healthy fat, and 8 grams of fiber. Compare that to the standard biscuit stack with maple syrup. 80 to 100 grams of carbohydrate, 8 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, and 2 grams of fiber. The glycemic load of the diabetic-friendly version is less than half of the standard version. And the breakfast experience, a warm stack of pancakes with syrup and berries on a weekend morning, is preserved entirely. The products at Walmart and Costco that make this achievable without a specialty store: Bob's Red Mill Almond Flour Pancake Mix is available at most Walmart locations and eliminates the need to mix flours from scratch. Lakanto or Chalk Zero sugar-free maple syrup is available at walmart.com and Costco online. Bob's Red Mill ground flaxseed is available at almost every grocery store. Kerrygold pure Irish butter is at Costco and most grocery stores. Fresh berries are at every store year-round in the freezer section, if not fresh. None of these require a trip to Whole Foods or a health food store. None of them cost significantly more than their conventional counterparts. To summarize the 5 factors that transform pancakes for a diabetic: flour, swap white all-purpose for almond flour, GI 25, oat flour GI 55, whole wheat GI 45, or buckwheat GI 54, all available at Walmart. Topping: replace maple syrup with Chalk Zero or Lakanto sugar-free syrup plus fresh berries and natural peanut butter. Sequence: eat 2 eggs in real butter before the first pancake to activate GLP-1 before the carbohydrate arrives. Batter additions: add ground flaxseed, chia seeds, Greek yogurt, or an extra egg to increase fiber, protein, and slow glucose release. Cinnamon: half a teaspoon in the batter or on top improves GLUT4 glucose transporter function at 0 glycemic cost. Comment below, what is your current pancake morning routine? And which of these 5 changes are you going to try first? Tell me. Share this video with someone who has diabetes and who gave up pancakes completely out of fear. That person deserves to know that the right pancake built with the right ingredients in the right order is not off the table. You know that less than 1% of people who watch our videos subscribe to the channel? If this content made a difference for you today, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it makes sure YouTube keeps showing you this information, and it helps this work continue every week. I'm Dr. Sarah Walker, and remember, it was never the pancake. It was what was in the pancake, on the pancake, and what came before the pancake. See you in the next video. One more thought worth adding for the practical morning reality of most Americans with type 2 diabetes. The biggest barrier to implementing everything we discussed today is not cost, availability, or cooking skill. It is the habit loop around the weekend pancake breakfast. For most people, pancakes are associated with comfort, family tradition, and a reward for making it through the week. That emotional connection is real, and it is not something to dismiss or fight against. The goal is not to eliminate pancake morning. It is to upgrade pancake morning so that the comfort remains and the blood sugar spike does not. The one change approach. If you make only one change this weekend, make it the flour. Buy 1 bag of Bob's Red Mill almond flour pancake mix. Use it exactly as you would biscuit. Keep the same pan, the same stove, the same family around the table. The flavor is slightly different, slightly nuttier, but most people find they prefer it within 2 or 3 weekends. And the blood sugar outcome is dramatically different. That single swap, flour from white to almond, reduces the glycemic load of the breakfast by approximately 40% before you change anything else. Start there. Add the sugar-free